Good afternoon, everybody. Well, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Easy Car Buying. Today I want to talk about something kind of fun. And we're going to do a little bit of something a little different. It's a live stream. But I think what we'll do is I'm going to ask each of you to drop in the comment section. I'm going to do a countdown from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to share the most popular vehicles that people are buying on the used car market. We know that a lot of vehicles are not that cheap these days. Brand new vehicles are extraordinarily pricey these days. And so people are looking for options. And we know on this channel that I often talk about looking for great deals and incentives. Sometimes you need to buy a new vehicle, of course. We all do at some level, at some point, need something that's reliable. I mean, if you got to travel long distances, you want something that's going to be durable and reliable, and you don't want to be stuck somewhere on the roadside or driving between big cities and then having something that's going to let you down. So, what today I'm going to do, and I'm going to slowly phase in. Good afternoon. I see we have one visitor right now, but what I'd like to start out by saying is I'm going to share a list of the top 10 most popular used vehicles right now. The most popular used vehicles on the market right now. I've got a collection, done some research. I'm also going to share some of the general reliability of each one of these vehicles. But most importantly, I'm going to ask you guys down in that comment section, or is it that side or this side, whichever, to drop in what you think is your prediction for number one. I'm going to work my way from number 10, work my way down 10, 9, 8, 7, and I will leave number one to last. The most popular truck, SUV, or car, and there's actually a blended average. There's all these vehicles that are actually considered to be the most popular on the used car market. And I'm going to also add a little bit of qualifier to that. A lot of these vehicles are within what you'd consider firing range of a CPO or certified pre-owned warranty. And when the certified pre-owned warranty just means that the vehicle's generally well made, good quality. Well, maybe not necessarily well made. It's of a good quality in that it's got reasonable miles. It's been looked after. It's well serviced. The mileage is good, like I said, and there's no damage history. So often there is this thought of, can I even get a reliable used car anymore? Yeah, absolutely you can. And I would say a lot of it comes. Go to the dealer in question. If you're looking for a Jaguar, don't buy it from a Chevy dealer because they have one on the back 40. If you're looking for a Jaguar, buy it at the Jag dealer, a certified pre-owned vehicle. If you're looking for something more specific, an Alpha, buy it at an Alpha dealer. If you're looking for BMW, I'd strongly suggest to go to a BMW dealer. If you're looking for a Ford, possibly look at Ford. They've usually got lots of inventory. So if you're looking for a used vehicle, some of the most popular vehicles today on the market, there's 10 of them, and I want to share these 10 with you. And again, I'll leave it. Hello, lot 21. Welcome. So what I'm doing as people roll in here, I just want to expand on that. The top 10 used vehicles that are the most popular right now that people are buying. I've actually got a list, done some research. I'll share you with the reliability, but we're going to do a countdown from 10 to number one. What's number one? Drop it in the comment section below what you predict is the number one spot for the most popular used vehicle. And I talk about certified pre-owned warranties because certified pre-owned warranties usually are accompanying vehicles that have low mileage. Well, they're in generally good shape. They're not beat up, and they usually don't have accident history. Good mileage, generally well serviced. So that's where dealers get behind that and usually put a certified pre-owned warranty available to you. So let's take this from the top, shall we? I'm going to start with number 10. Then we're talking about a Ford Exploder. As everybody knows, I like to refer to them as Exploder. They're not necessarily that unreliable. They do get our general rating of reliability overall of a 3.5 out of 5 star. Okay. Now I'm talking specifically 2018. What's so special about 2018? Again, lot 21, you said, my guess is Honda CRV. Great guess. Hang on and we'll find out. What's so great about the Ford Explorer? It's just popular. It's well utilized. There's lots of them out there. They're well supported. We see obviously a lot of them used by fleets. Obviously, the police and a lot of, you see them all over the place. The police officers are using them. They're used by a lot of cities and infrastructure and all these different areas. And generally, fleet rentals. They're very popular vehicles, and they're large. They have a lot of space. They're mainstream. They're domestically built, so generally they're fairly well supported. Reliability is moderate at 3.5 out of 5, but people often like them. And as a result, they're very, very popular. People are trying to get their hands on one because they don't necessarily want to go out there and spend their hard earned dollars on a brand new one. So 2018 seems to make sense because a lot of times you're talking about a vehicle that might have a little extra CPO warranty, might have a little extra extended warranty, but even having an extended warranty sometimes costs you a little bit more. If somebody's selling a used vehicle with an extended warranty on it, it often comes for a little bit of a price. So a lot of times people are just looking for something that's a little bit outside of warranty. That's where your best bang for buck. In terms of depreciation, you're getting the most dollars or the most vehicle. It's still sort of late model. And if you find one that's well kept and in good shape with decent miles, you can get yourself a great winner. So again, for those coming in, I see we've got a few more folks joining. Again, we're doing number 10. We're talking 10 most popular new or no most popular used vehicles available, cars, trucks, SUVs, and we're going to just take that from the top. I'm going to ask you guys to share in the comment section below what you predict is number 1. Okay, let's roll in this number 9. That was number 8 was Exploder. Number 9 is a Jeep Grand Cherokee, a 2017 with a 3.5 out of 5 star reliability rating. Nobody's going to ever really blame Stellantis products for having top shelf reliability. However, it's a popular vehicle, very much like the Exploder. It's a popular domestically made product. A lot of people just like to get behind that. It's practical. You can tow your boat, has a lot of space. And so just a lot of people like to buy those vehicles. And so that's one of the most popular. And again, they're so highly priced brand new. And if you saw my video yesterday, you definitely want to go check on the main channel on my videos. I talked about, what the CEO is planning here coming up for Stellantis and Jeep and Ram. Clearly, there's some, they've got some targets in place because they're not selling. The Jeeps aren't selling because of their prices. Wranglers, Grand Cherokees, like anything, basically everything compared to their competitors seem to be a lot more expensive. Good afternoon there, Sean. McElroy, you say Toyota and Lexus. I would say generally they're great sellers, and they're definitely more reliable than most of the vehicles on my list. And by the way, there is some of that on my list, so stay tuned and you'll find out shortly. Is it number 1? Well, we'll find out. Okay, so the next one in line is, believe it or not, a 2017 Ford Escape. And they actually get a rating of 4 out of 5 for reliability. Now, yeah, I'm not totally buying that. I'm pulling some resources out of my hat. I guess it would depend on the engine, the drivetrain specifically. I know the earlier Explorer, the earlier Escapes with the base 4-cylinder engine and the front-wheel drive, those were the most reliable ones you could get. Then we had some of the EcoBoost issues we found with some of the smaller engines with getting coolant into the combustion chambers and leaking past valve cover or head gaskets. So there were some problems in there. The Ford Escape is a very popular car. They're affordable, reliable. Yeah, you know what? Reasonably, I guess. Take care of it. It'll be okay. Not the most reliable vehicle by any means, but it's not the worst. It's not a Lada Niva. But just know that they are very popular. And with some of these popular vehicles that I'm sharing with you, by the way, there also means you're going to have more competition and they're probably less likely to get a great deal on. It just means they're popular. There's likely reasons for that. Whether it's durable, it's fun, it's fresh, the technology's there, it's reliable, people are willing to pay a little more, and of course, popularity follows suit. So again, for those new to the channel or to the vlog today, we're talking about the top 10 most popular used vehicles right now, currently in 24. The most popular used, and people are going used because new prices are just so high. So let me know what your number 1 is, or my number 1 is, and we'll get to that. I'm counting from number 10 to number 1. And so number 7 is the Chevy Equinox. And we're talking about a 2018. It's also rated at a 4 out of 5. If you were to go back a few years in the older Equinox, the older generation, we know we had timing chain problems. We know you had valve cover gaskets. We had oil pressure problems. We had engine issues. We had transmission issues too. The later generation seems to be getting a little bit better. And people seem to be buying them, eating them up like candy. And that would be the 2018 model year. And so somebody predicted this one. Number 6 is the 2018, and rated, by the way, at a 4.5 out of 5 star, is the Honda CRV. Perfect. Lot 21. There you go. Number 6 is the Honda CRV. It is a classic winner. Everybody trusts Hondas for reliability. They are ultra durable, ultra reliable. And yeah, there's that 1.5 liter turbo 4. They've got some of those, oil, fuel dilution troubles. Some of their CVTs they've had some troubles with. But honestly, overall, a Honda product is still a pretty reliable vehicle and highly sought after, very popular. People love those vehicles. Yeah, and it gets a 4.5 out of 5 star. You generally can't go wrong with a Honda. So Honda CRV is on the list as number 6. Okay, and then we're getting into number 5. Any predictions? Any predictions? Well, number 5 is also a 4.5 out of 5 star for reliability. We're talking about the 2020 model year. So what does that mean? That means, usually most of these vehicle brands have a 3-year warranty. So now we're talking about a vehicle that's just sort of finished off with warranty, just outside of warranty. And we're talking about 2020 Toyota RAV4. And it has a 4.5 out of 5 star. Absolutely popular choice. A lot of people love the RAV4. There you go. Lot 21. I think you beat me to that. So great work on that. Sean, yeah, you mentioned the 2.0 Atkinson is good. Yeah, you betcha. So there you have it. There are some good exceptions to a lot of these drivetrains, or some of these sometimes we have some duds in some of the certain lineups. There's always, that good old tried and true reliable drivetrain available in some of these vehicles. So the RAV4, yeah, is the next one, number 5. Sorry, pardon me. It was a little cold outside here. The next one, JRZ67, just signed up for the BMW track day at Road American, Wisconsin next month. It's offered to new BMW owners who will drive various cars. Wow, that sounds awesome, JRZ67. You just signed up for the BMW track day. Do you yourself have a BMW? If so, what are you driving? I mean, they definitely make some real barnstormers for sure. And BMW's gotten a lot better in reliability lately. So they are definitely a brand to contend with these days. They went through some tough spells from kind of 2007, right up through till probably 2014, where they got rid of some of the N54s and the N20s and, the B47s and some of these engines that were just kind of problematic. You've got a 230i, 2024, 100%. Great stuff. That's a small little track weapon. That should be a lot of fun. With the B48, you betcha. Yeah, it's got that turbo 2-liter. That's a hot little number. That'll be a lot of fun for sure. The 230, the 240, I think are some of the rawest, probably the most honest BMWs you can get right now. Truly great little hot rods. Fun to drive. I know I drove a couple of variations of the M2 competition, and I'll tell you that is on another level. That is a lot of fun. I think truly underrated. So some of those small BMWs are absolutely awesome. So yeah, there should be a lot of fun there, GRZ67. Yeah, great to hear from you. So again, I see there's a few more joining. Today we're talking about 10 of the most popular used vehicles, and we're going to work our way into number 1. And of course, the RAV4 was number 5. But what's number 1 on my list of the most popular used trucks, cars, and SUVs? Let me know in the comments section here. So the next one, the RAV4 was number 5. Number 4 is a 4.5 out of 5 star. So does that drop any hints to you? 4.5 out of 5 star. Clearly, it's probably not a Stellantis product. So number 4 is a 2018 Toyota Camry. Toyota Camrys are absolutely ruthless for reliability. 4.5 out of 5 star. It's truly one of their true workhorses, go-to. We ended up buying a Camry here, a 22 model year with the base 2.5 liter and the torque converter auto, just because we knew it was durable. And we wanted to get some of the outgoing engines because we know that it wasn't going to be long and Toyota was going to start adapting to more hybrid and more electrification possibly, although there's a bit of a delay on pure EVs. But, we want something tried, true, and simple and basic. And we went with the Toyota Camry, which is coincidentally the the number 4 slot at 2018 model year. So 4.5 out of 5 star for that. Now, the next one is another Stellantis product. And we all know things have been pretty tough all over. It's been very hard to get yourself, sorry, a new truck for decent money. We know, GM, Chevy been marking their prices up over the last 3 years. Ford, same story. The F-150 is the hottest selling truck of the big three. As well, we also know that the Rams have been selling. So Ram, Dodge, GM, Ford, they've all been selling these vehicles. Brand new vehicles. Rams have been kind of the weakest sales, but coincidentally, a lot of it has to do with the pricing. And in my opinion, a little bit of price gouging. I'm not going to lie. But number 3 gets you into, or people are shopping for one of the most popular vehicles as a 3.5 out of 5-star reliability, 22 miles per gallon. I personally drive an 03 Ram. I get it. I understand why people buy them. The reliability is not there. They're a little rattly, electrical problems. They're not necessarily the best put together, but they're a workhorse. And the 2019 is the model of 1500 Ram that is one of the most popular. So it's number 3 spot is a very, very popular, one of the most popular vehicles on the market right now. And a big part of that has to do with the fact that people like them. Like I said, they have some of the nicest tech now with the big screen in the middle and all of that. Some of those models had rear coilovers, which made them a nicer ride. But you know what? They're just the brand new vehicles are just too expensive. So people are just starting to opt out or fix what they've got and extend the life of the existing vehicles. Looking over here, we have Screwston TX713. What do you think prices will look like in December? I think my prediction is we're going to see this gradual. I don't see anything falling off a cliff. We hear a lot of rhetoric about that. I think what's happening right now, because we've just passed tax season, so there was a little bit of a feeding frenzy of used vehicles. People went out and bought these lower end, the $5,000 to $15,000 used vehicles with some of their tax returns, as well as write-offs for business. But a lot of people hustled out there, grabbed up a lot of the inventory. It's not all gone. I mean, there's a lot of inventory out there yet. But now there's this lull. So that we sort of saw this drop off. And where there's this drop off of buyers usually means a little more hunger at the dealer level. And they get caught with their pants down every single year. So what's going to happen there, I see, is going to be a little bit more aggressive price adjustments here coming up probably within the next month. We're going to see more incentives, even more so on the used side, possibly. They might be willing to do better deals on some of the used vehicles here in the next little bit. New vehicles, I really do see a very gradual, very, very gradual. I don't see any big drop-offs. I mean, we could probably see another, honestly, few percent off of where we're at today. I don't see, first of all, let me put this, we're never going to get back to 2019 levels. I don't see us ever doing that. Big reason is just in natural inflation at 2 to 3% year over year. That puts us at a place that we're probably already 15%, 14% over what we were in 2019. And I don't see us retracting any. I'd love to. I wish we had that. I wish we could get back to even lower numbers. I mean, people want a lower cost alternative with cost of living, but I just don't see us getting there. I do see some gradual price decreases. I see, with the MSRP of some of these Dodges and these Rams, for example, since we're talking about Rams, they might have been at, let's say, $55,000. Right now, we're seeing some incentives, mixed bag here. I'm seeing personally, locally, some deals that are, $3,000, $4,000, $6,000 off of sticker right now. I'm seeing some of those deals. I see some of those $6,000 discounts. I see extending out to maybe $10,000 and $12,000 by the time maybe we roll over the end of the year. Specifically, if you're talking about current generation, remember, we're going to be rolling high dough with 25s coming in the back door here by the end of the year. And so 23s, and there's still lots of 23s on the lot. So 23s, there will be some amazing deals. 24s, you're going to start seeing some of those price cuts. So yeah, you'll see some deals, but it's going to be pretty gradual. Sean McElroy, I drive a 2002 boring Camry, but the exciting part is starts every time. You betcha. Nothing boring about when it's minus 35 and you start the key and start the car and it goes. Whereas other people are trying to boost their cars and it's not running, or they have to take their car in for their annual service and it costs them $2,000 for annual maintenance. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. I mean, there's definitely something to be said about that. So I agree. There's nothing bad about that. Ricky AZ F-150, lots of them out there. Yeah, I'm assuming you're predicting that's number one slot, and we'll get to that shortly. We'll find out here right away. G-Tech 2024 Kia Seltos EXA all-wheel drive, or the 2024 RAV4 XLE AWD. Well, we just touched on the RAV4, and that was number 5, I believe, slot. So no, it won't be that, and definitely not the Kia. Screwston, and that's, or is that yours? No, these are 24. So I'm talking about used. And so Screwston, you betcha. Thank you. You're welcome. Absolutely. Ricky Z, used problem with the Toyota is people hang on to them as a second or thirds. That's exactly right. When you have a reliable vehicle like a Camry or a Corolla, if you're done with it and you want to upgrade or you want to do something different, you often give it to a family member, a kid, a child, a sibling, a parent, an aunt, an uncle, somebody who needs one, and you keep it in the family. They're easy to own and operate. So a lot of people just hand them around, and you don't see the good stuff hitting the market. And a lot of the stuff that hits the market on the used side are often ones that have had some collision. Like we were shopping for some used Camrys before we bought our new one, and we found that probably 9 out of 10 of them had a black stain on the Carfax. Accident history, something, right? So, yeah, I would agree with that. So again, we're talking number 10 to number 1 slot, the most popular used trucks, cars, and SUVs going to number 1 slot here. So next one in line is number 3 was the Ram. Actually, let's summarize this. Ford Explorer 2018 was number 10. Number 9 was the Cherokee, Grand Cherokee at 2017. 8 was a Ford Escape 2017. 7 was a Ford Chevy Equinox 2018. 6 was a CRV 2018. 5 was a Toyota RAV4 2020. Toyota Camry model year 18. The Ram 1500 was 19 model year. And the Chevy Silverado was number 2 slot. 2018, 3.5 out of 5 star reliability. Flex fuel, we know there's some problems there. We know that there's been some issues with the 5.3s, the 6.2s with engines, rocker problems, door handles ripping off, what do you call that? Some of the infotainment stuff, some electrical gremlins there, transmission issues if you go far enough back. But people are, trucks are popular. They're very popular. People love to get their hands on a pickup truck. So yeah, there's Sean McElroy. You betcha. Cylinder deactivation, 100%. So that's been a big nemesis. So on one hand, you're, trying to be all economical and cutesy with the technology. On the other hand, you're giving up some of the reliability of the engine. So what do you think is going to happen? So Screwston TX17, what do you think is going to happen with Ram? Since the CEO fired a lot of their employees. Yeah, the CEO is on a tear. I don't want to call them out, but we see that they have a really big ambitions to expand the lineups. And there's been a lot of people taking walks and, getting their walking papers. It seems to be like the corporate game these days. Fire anybody and everybody with a heartbeat. And the garbage that's left over, well, they won't ask any questions. So that's the people that they keep around. Nah, I'm just kidding. But in all reality, yeah, they've been taking a bit of a run at some of their workers, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for sure. I don't think they don't really want to let the brand die. Ram is, it's alive and well. Seems to be dying because the whole idea of like overpriced, and there's a lot of product on the lots that sit a long time. We're talking 140 days versus the industry average sitting around that 72 days. So they're not selling well. I think they just need to kind of figure out a little bit of the quality and rework the pricing and just take a back seat and say, look, I think we're disconnected from reality here. They just got to look at what's going on. Just kind of take a step back, look at the bigger picture, and say, okay, I think this is kind of pricey. I think we need to kind of readjust some of our prices and recalibrate our thinking on that. So I think RAM will be around, but there may be hopefully some price adjustments. And that new Turbo 6, I'm not sure that's their saving grace either. But anyway, the drum roll to number one slot is the most popular used vehicle this year so far, according to statistics, has a 3.5 out of 5-star rating. It's a 2019 model year. In other words, it's just rolling outside of warranty for many people. In some cases, we might be talking certified pre-owned. In other cases, it's just outside of warranty. And you can find a lot of them. I was actually browsing recently, and I seen a lot of amazing deals for this particular vehicle on the market here on the used classifieds. And yeah, I mean, so it should be of no surprise when we're talking that one of the most popular new vehicles on the industry, on the market, is the Ford F-150. Used F-150s 2019 make up the most popular vehicle on the used market today. So I hope that's not a huge shocker for anybody. And I hope that kind of shares with all of you some of the most popular options out there. Now, with the most popular, 100% Sean McKellar, you betcha, a Coyote 5.0. Yes, bingo. Yeah, skip those twin turbo V6 nonsense with drop-in valves and carbon buildup and all that nonsense. People buy them anyway, but yeah, definitely 5.0 is the winning game on that one. You betcha. And so with that said, I would say if you're looking for one of these most popular vehicles, there's lots of them around. There's lots of choices. You don't have to settle for second best because most of them there's quite a few of them made. There's a lot of great options out there. Remember, the best word of advice I can give to those people looking for any of these is this list is the most popular. In other words, you're competing with a lot of people. Everybody wants those. And so with that, you're going to be competing. So prices are probably going to be a little higher on some of those vehicles than some of their counterparts. So just know that you're not necessarily getting the best deals, but they're the most popular because they have redeeming values. Maybe they have great technology, great performance, reliability. We mentioned a few very reliable vehicles in there too. And yes, Sean, you betcha, they're still very expensive. And the STX value package, 100%. Yeah, I mean, all of those are pricey. And this on this list, a lot of these are going to be quite expensive. And it's because they're popular. But there's a reason they're popular. They're hitting the mark for a lot of people, right? They speak to, truck buyers, the Rams. Of course, a lot of people like the Rams. It's just they're overpriced on the new market, so people are buying them used. The Fords, the hottest selling truck in North America. People are buying them, new and used. Toyotas, Hondas, they're selling because people trust those makes. So they're going to sell like hotcakes. But just know that you're competing with people that are also looking for the same thing. Don't forget, if you're out shopping for these vehicles, pre-purchase inspection. Check, make sure that you have no accident history on these vehicles, that they're not flooded. Be careful as well from brand washing or title washing that you can get in some states in the U.S. People are doing that, taking it, transferring it, doing a quick, fast work back and forth. Next thing you know, the title looks clean when it was over in this state here. It had an accident history. So make sure you do your Carfax, CarProof, pre-purchase inspections. Do a good test drive yourself. Make sure everything lines up, no shakes and wiggles, and everything works nice and clean and quiet. You want to do all of that kind of stuff. It should have decent miles. I personally wouldn't even bother buying a used vehicle. It depends. If you're paying good money, top money, I wouldn't spend any more, buy anything with more than 40 or 50,000 miles on it. If you're spending a significant amount of money, I'm talking $15,000-$20,000 and up. If you're getting a low-cost vehicle for $5,000, sure, whatever, you can take more miles with that. But make sure the miles are good and it represents the vehicle. What does that seat bolster look like over here? Does it represent a vehicle that has 30,000 miles on it? That's always a telltale for me. Make sure it runs good, drive straight, and do all those right things. And you should get yourself a wonderful used vehicle. Because remember, they are a pitfall. Never take word over the internet. Also be careful with the marketplaces and some of those classifieds. People sometimes pull in a quick and fast one if you're going to meet up with looking at a test drive or something at a dark, shady alley. Maybe bring a friend with you and go to a well-lit area in the middle of the night. There's a lot of crazy people out there. We just want to make sure that we're getting the best opportunity to check these vehicles out and make sure it's a good quality unit. So I really do hope that helps everybody. If you want to understand some of the most popular vehicles right now in 2024, those are the ones. And that's why people are buying them, literally, because either A, they can't afford a new one, which kind of like me, I check that box, or you just don't want to out of principle. I mean, who wants to go out and spend $70,000, $80,000 on a new truck when I can get one that's maybe 4 years old, that maybe only has, 40,000, 50,000 miles on it. It's a nice clean runner. It looks great. And I can get that for half the money. Why not? I mean, a lot of people are starting to see the light. That's why these are some of the most popular choices. So, yeah. And Sean, be careful they don't float. The title, right? Float the title. You betcha. 100%. So again, title washing and all this, be very, very careful with what's going on there. Make sure there's no accident history. Make sure it's clean, clean, clean. Clean as a whistle. So everybody, thanks for stopping by. I know it's a short one, a half hour today. I appreciate everyone stopping by and their input and their feedback. And I just want to share this so you have some ideas to some great opportunities. If you're looking for a used vehicle, that's one of the most popular. They're definitely worth it. There's a lot of reasons for that. So hope to see each and every one of you on the next one. And we'll all see you on Monday morning or Monday afternoon or sometime Monday. Thanks everyone from Easy Car Buying. Mark, we'll see you all real soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.